Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners, a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive into the latest in TV news and reviews. I'm your host, Swanson, and with me, as always, is the Sheldon to my Leonard, Stairmaster.
Hey, I want to die.
And our other co-host, of course, the Penny to my Leonard, Kiorein.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, it's a Community reference.
That's right, everyone's favorite characters from Community, Leonard, Sheldon, and Penny. I had to look that up, by the way. That's how little I know about that show.
That's how much you love our show.
Yes. So this is TV Tuners. We love television, and we discuss it with fervor.
What did you watch this week?
I watched show. I started watching Cloak and Dagger, which is one of the myriad of Marvel shows that has shown up.
So wait, Cloak and Dagger. That sounds like a prestige drama about spies or something.
I wish.
Like that show Rubicon. What's it about?
It's about a lady and a guy who have superpowers, and they're teenagers also.
Who's in it?
Nobody I know. It's all relatively unknowns. Kind of. I'm 2 episodes in, and it's pretty slow so far.
Why is it called Cloak and Dagger?
That's their superhero names. One is Cloak.
Is one of them stabbed?
One is Cloak, and he has powers to teleport using darkness, and also he wears a cloak.
He's played by a Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other is Dagger, and she has the ability to shoot light daggers at people.
So why isn't she called Archer? Or Thrower? Or Launcher?
Because
then the show wouldn't be able to be called Cloak and Dagger.
And also she shoots daggers, so why would she be called Archer?
I mean, daggers look like arrowheads. I mean...
Oh yeah, that's good enough.
Call her Arrowhead.
These things look like other things, so... Even though we have a word for these things.
Mm.
Anyway, I'm like 3 episodes in, and it's alright so far. The two lead actors are cool, but that's it.
Okay, Keel. What did you watch this week? And what are you watching outside your window right now?
Well, there's somebody outside doing donuts, and I don't really know why they're doing that right now. And am I allowed to talk about anime?
Yeah.
Swanson, is that allowed?
Sure.
Okay, I watched Code Geass.
Code Gay Ass? Hey!
Wow, that's brutal.
That's not a good joke.
Like, all of it?
Like, a lot of it.
Is this your first time watching... Yeah, is this your first time watching Code Geass?
JS?
Yes. I marathoned it with my girlfriend.
Oh, look at Mr. Fancy Pants here with a girlfriend.
Wow, not a true incel.
Not a true TV fan.
Yeah, what everybody knows is that only single people watch television, which is why I should be disqualified from this podcast.
Unfortunately, you're here.
So did you make it to the end of the first season?
We finished the 2nd season.
Oh, then you finished the show.
Yeah.
Good job!
Thank you. It was our crowning achievement of anime watching.
I think I watched like an episode or 2 of that when I was on Adult Swim. I remember there being a shower scene with a lady where they had to blur out all of her stuff.
Well, I watched it uncensored.
Oh, so
they didn't really show very much.
So you got to see all of her stuff.
It wasn't
not really. They didn't show much.
Convenient steam clouds, if I recall.
When you were watching it, were you just like, huh? When the shower scene happened?
But we're playing. Or wait.
Every time something like fan servicey happened, my girlfriend was like, "I bet you like that." I was like, "Obviously."
You dirty pig!
What a man!
You filth!
Scum!
Yeah.
And then she would spit on you. Yeah, and you liked it.
It was very kinky, yes.
Okay, so does it still hold up?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I kind of went into it with the wrong expectations. I was coming straight off Death Note, and I thought that.
Yeah, it's not really like Death Note at all. That's what I heard people say about it.
It's got the same level of theatrical.
Yeah, but it has a totally different, like,
Yeah,
central. I don't know. It's not really like about like people's wits and playing
There's
around
no
like that.
figuring it out. It's more like a clash of ideologies,
Yeah.
personalities. Also, there's robots in it. We should have mentioned.
A lot of robot fights.
Also, the Domino's Pizza. Or was it Pizza Hut?
Who was Pizza Hut?
Domino's
Forget.
Pizzas in this?
No, it's Pizza Hut.
Yeah, basically the show was a big commercial for Pizza Hut.
Lelouch loves
it
Pizza
worked.
Hut.
It made us
was-
both want pizza.
It wasn't a commercial for Pizza Hut.
I've got to
They
get
just
Pizza
got paid
Hut.
a lot of money, but it's not like at the end they use. It's not like. Oh man, could you imagine if Nina Einstein's greatest invention was the Pizza Hut bomb?
Is his like mech secretly a pizza like delivery device?
I mean, at the end of the show, they actually use a pizza that cancels out the major weapon. So
Yeah, they destroy the enemy's base by dropping the Pizza Hut logo on it.
Oh dang! Wait, is the main enemy a mysterious figure known as Mooch?
No, it's a black guy.
Okay.
yeah, the show is a little bit racist.
Anyway, what did you watch there?
Oh, I watched The Fugitive since it turned.
To be fair,
it's really great.
To be fair, you mean the movie and not the television show, right?
Yeah, the movie. Nobody cares about the television show. Not
d-
even the people making that movie did.
It's true.
Yeah, that film slaps, yo.
I mean, they got the basic beats, right?
I mean, it's on the run from the law,
Yeah.
which I believe is the detective.
And there's a guy who's framed him.
And there's a guy with one arm.
Yeah, so they got all the beats, right?
Yeah. They got Harrison Ford, that's what matters.
Yeah, back when he cared about being in movies.
Yeah, man, it's so unbelievable when you start that film and he's got that beard.
Yeah, I can't
damn.
believe he could grow a beard. It's wild.
I can't grow a beard.
I know.
So whenever I see somebody with a beard, I'm just like, nope, fake.
Fake beard.
And Tommy Lee Jones is great. He's so powerful.
Do you want him to be your dad? All right.
What did you watch this? Oh yeah, you already told us.
We already talked about that. Yeah, it's been kind of a slow week this week, guys. We're in the doldrums of summer. Everyone's sort of just waiting for the fall television season to begin. So,
That's why I'm introducing a new segment.
Oh,
This Week in Television History.
hit the theme, Keo.
Bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum.
Wow, okay.
That's a little menacing. Okay. In 1877, Thomas Edison invented the phonograph.
Wait, okay.
In 1991, the final episode of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo aired.
These don't seem to be following a chronological order.
In 1992, Nickelodeon starts a Saturday night promotion known as Snick.
How do we connect the three?
Also, The Larry Sanders Show and Are You Afraid of the Dark start airing.
Oh, at the same time? Dang, that's a weird...
Yes. Split screen.
Huh.
In 1994, Major League Baseball players go on strike, resulting in the cancellation of the 1990 series.
Huh, that's wild.
Speaking of baseball on television, have either of you guys ever been impacted by baseball games going over too long and ruining your show?
I think that happened a couple of times with The Simpsons.
Yeah, I remember that happening. Almost specifically with The Simpsons and King of the Hill.
Oh no! What's Hank gonna... How Hank get out of this one? Or wait, how did Hank get into this one?
How's Hank gonna get out of this jam? It's just him hanging perilously over a cliff.
In 1998, Bill Clinton admitted in a taped testimony that he had sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky.
Some of these are veering a little far from...
This was a big television event.
Do you remember what he said,
1999?
Kiorein?
What's
Do
that?
you remember what he said?
Why don't you refresh me on that one? I'm not a history guy.
He said, "I did not pork that lady."
Oh, I didn't really use the word pork.
Yeah,
All right.
he's a big fan. of various
In
meats.
1999, Digimon, Rocket Power, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and Chicken Soup for the Soul began airing.
Wait, there was this Chicken Soup for the Soul show?
Yes. And it went on for like 4 seasons, as far as I know.
What could it be?
Inspirational stories about a kid meeting a very old dude and learning something from him.
Is it like anthology?
Yes, it's like Fargo.
Okay.
Where was I? 2000. BattleBots starts airing.
BattleBarts?
BattleBots. Also Dora the Explorer.
Man, I'd watch BattleBarts.
In 2002, the Mucha Lucha begins airing on WB.
Oh man, you remember Mucha Lucha,
Yeah.
Kiorein?
I do. That was something, wasn't it?
That was a show. I actually don't remember anything about it other than it was
I did-
people in Lucha
There was
Libre
a
masks.
dog that everyone would high five or do a fist.
Wasn't
bump
there
with.
a guy who was also a pinball or something?
He turned into a
You're thinking
pinball.
of Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, Mucha Lucha.
In 2003, the final episode of Just Shoot Me aired.
Oh dang! Did they shoot him at the end?
I think so. Also, the Northeast blackout happened, wrecking TV ratings that week.
Oh, so it was an ignominious end for.
Yeah. He shot himself and it hit the transformer, causing an overcharge on the network. In
That's some deep lore.
In 2004, Julia Child died.
Oh, okay.
She was from that old-timey cooking show.
She's a cooking lady.
2005, Weeds began airing on Showtime,
Great.
setting up a bunch of unfavorable comparisons to Breaking Bad on message boards internet-wide.
Do people actually compare that show to Breaking Bad?
They did, like in season 1. In 2007, Disney Channel aired High School Musical 2. It was the most watched made-to-TV...
My favorite!
Cable film ever.
Yeah.
It got over 17.4 million viewers.
Remember that song where they were like, "We're in high school"?
Oh man, we can sing now. In 2000...
Remember the song, It's All Downhill From Here?
Yeah, that's a good one.
In 2010, At the Movies with Ebert and Siskel's final episode. I think Siskel is long since dead, but other guy.
And Ebert was also not there.
Wait, then who was doing it?
They had Ebert had like mouth cancer by that point, so he couldn't really talk. So they had two. It was in name only. They had 2 other critics doing it by the end.
In 2012, NBC announces they're cutting the weekly budget of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno by 25%, and Jay Leno's salary by $10 million.
Yeah, get this. Get a lot of this. Man, they cut my salary.
Oh, they totally fucked me, eh? Tyler Perry's House of Pain goes off the air.
Oh, dang.
Tony Scott committed suicide.
Because of it?
Yeah. No, he had cancer.
Oh. Wait, is that the guy who did Top Gun?
Yes.
Okay.
And, fuck. I can't remember. But he had a better director career over other, I think.
Compared to Ridley
Like
Scott?
The back half is better for Tony Scott than Ridley Scott.
Well, clearly not, because Ridley Scott's still alive.
Oh. In 2013, the RNC announces they are going to ban CNN and NBC Universal from covering the Republican presidential debates, in response to both networks' Hillary Clinton-related projects. CNN, of course, doing a documentary, and NBC doing a miniseries. The next month, the networks would cancel said projects.
Sounds like a healthy democracy to me.
Why would you make a miniseries about Hillary Clinton? What's that even? I guess a woman covering up her husband's rapes would be...
That wouldn't happen on the show, though, so...
Yeah. After 43 years of broadcasting, the soap opera One Life to Live ends.
Oh, no.
They died.
They only had one life to live, so yeah.
How else can you win that show?
I don't know. Apparently, it went on to Hulu for its final couple of years.
Whoever dies last gets a second life to live.
In 2015, HBO signed an agreement with the producers of Sesame Street. PBS was entitled to reruns of episodes older than 9 months.
How many more of these you got?
Almost done. Show Me a Hero aired on HBO.
Oh, that's a good one.
Punk'd returned from the grave on BET.
Who?
Punk'd.
Punk'd.
Oh. I thought you said pup.
No, Pop. 2016, Kenny Baker and Dick Assman died.
Dick Assman? I'm sorry, what?
Dick Assman, the famous gas station attendant who became a minor character on the Letterman show. Tonight with Letterman.
Oh, because his name was Dick Assman?
Yes. And Kenny Baker is R2-D2, Keo.
Oh, thank you.
That concludes all television-related news for the week of August 12th to August 18th.
All right.
Don't
Thank you
at
for
me
your
about stuff
service.
before 1990. I checked, all the way back to 1990.
Do at Stairmaster for everything that he missed.
Oh, I did skip over South Park beginning airing.
At
That was
Stairmaster 2.
And Michael Phelps.
Anyway, it's been a slow week for news, so there's not a whole lot going on as everybody waits for the fall to begin. That said, the showrunners for popular television show Westworld decided to sprinkle some hits and hints into what season 3 could possibly hold for the show that everybody loves to be infuriated by.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since the first season.
Are people still watching that show?
Yeah, they really love the idea of waiting around until the last episode for something to happen.
They feel like they earned it or something?
Yeah, and then when that's something that happened is kind of really underwhelming or something that you already thought or that you already knew, then you're just like, huh, cool.
It's like, oh my god, the robots! They're attacking!
Guys, what if humans are the real robots?
Beep, boop, beep,
What
boop.
What if these robots are made of milk?
What if these robots could fuck?
Whoa. See, you think you're fucking these robots? No, these robots are fucking you.
Now they're the tops.
That's deep.
Anyway, I'm gonna read this quote.
Yes?
I'm gonna read this quote to you guys.
There were no tops.
from the
no
show.
robot tops in Westworld.
From the showrunners. And I'll let you guys sort of extract from it what you will. I think it's a radical
best.
shift. What's compelling and appealing about these characters is that they're not human. As we said in the show, humans are bound by the same loops the hosts are, in some ways even smaller. You couldn't expect human characters to withstand and survive the kind of story that we're telling. The hosts have a different version of mortality, a different outlook. I think clearly with Dolores, as she's laid out, there's a longer view here, a larger set of goals. They're existential.
They're going to space.
They span eons, and that's a fascinating level of story to engage in.
They're going to space.
Okay, no, it sounds to me like they're explaining that the characters in the show can withstand how long the show is going to take to get
Oh,
anywhere.
God.
Dang, Kio's laying into it.
I'm thinking the Earth's going to be scorched, and the robots have to rebuild things, and that's why it's
No,
going to
they
take 1,000
no,
years.
no. They said they had a different idea of mortality, which means they've got plenty of time for this show to play out.
These people, this show will just be watching.
Maybe it's like Groundhog's Day. When one of the robots dies, everything starts up with that.
I mean, it was kind of like that in the first season. It's a maze, you
I
see.
think they were supposed to have their memory wiped or something. Was that what the deal was?
Guys, remember when there was a maze and then nothing was at the end of the maze?
Except understanding of your...
Yeah, sure.
That was really exciting and worth waiting for.
Hey, Keo, the maze...
Alright, guys, what if the robots become human? It's like that film by Steven
Like
Spielberg.
Detroit, become human.
It's like that film by Steven Spielberg. Jaws.
Yeah.
If the robots became human, then I don't think there'd be any difference, really.
They're going to get one of the robots pregnant.
and it's gonna have like a robot baby, and it's gonna be like
It's gonna burst out of its chest.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be like that dream sequence in The Fly, where she gives birth.
Who now?
Where she gives birth to like a fly monster.
Or like that episode of The Cosby Show where they give birth to a ham sandwich.
Well, it's a
Yeah, I'm getting my weird bursts mixed up. Sorry.
Also great reference. Everyone still loves that show.
The Cosby Show.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Hey, it's a beloved classic, but it's despite what happened.
It's wholesome family fun.
Oh, and that's gonna tie into what we have to discuss later. I think.
Sure.
Bill Cosby, I mean.
I hope Bill Cosby doesn't tie into what we discuss later.
He actually does, in a way.
Yep.
I guess.
Look forward to that. Okay, what else does this stupid asshole have to say?
Nothing other than when he's talking specifically about Dolores, he says that we have a very diabolical arc for her planned out. So nothing.
Get raped.
Again. But this time it means more because she has sentience.
And you're gonna get to see her nipples.
Yeah, that's what I want out of my rape scenes.
That's what I call diabolic, is seeing some nipples.
Remember how they had Elon Musk's ex-wife on?
Yeah, remember when they had Elon Musk show up?
No.
What if he does show up in season 3 and they kill him?
Oh, it would be that they'd ruin it somehow.
Remember when Elon Musk just went to try to help those kids in the cave and brought a submarine?
That was just shaped like a coffin.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
And they didn't use it.
I think it's a bit too recent to remember this.
Do you think Anthony Hopkins' character in Westworld is like the future version of Elon Musk, like the old man, an old man version of Elon Musk?
I don't think Anthony Hopkins would ever file unless they actually were.
I mean, what about Anthony Hopkins' character in that show? He seems like someone who would accuse someone of being a pedophile.
Bernard, stay away from the child version of me. That I built for entirely wholesome purposes.
I could see Elon Musk making a really horrifying robot place where the robots go crazy.
Yeah. And also, apparently, a samurai world that's right next to it that no one goes to.
It's in development. Why'd they do cowboys and not, like, World War II?
People love cowboys. Also, you've talked about this before, I think.
Yeah. I don't think on this podcast.
Yeah, I guess not. Why would anyone want to live through World War II? There's less time, there's less, like, fun stuff to do in World War II.
You could drive a tank!
Yeah, but you're stuck in, like, one location in World War II.
You're stuck in one location in the Wild West!
It's a giant world.
No, let's make it like a big chunk of occupied France or something.
Yeah, that sounds fun to me. Let's go to War World.
Is that from DC?
Maybe.
Yeah, welcome Superman to War World. Yeah, they make him fight that guy.
I don't know what you're talking about, okay.
On Justice League, they kidnap Superman and make him fight that guy in the War World.
That guy.
That guy,
That
you
old
know,
guy.
the notable Superman villain, that guy.
I'm sorry.
Hello, Superman, it's me, that guy.
My cursed enemy, that guy.
Yeah, it's me. Hello.
Yeah.
You two must fight for the galaxy's amusement on War World.
I don't have any powers or anything, but okay.
I'll crush you with my super
Get him,
strength.
Superman. Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
I'll snap your neck. That's what Superman does, right?
That's what a true hero does.
I don't think so, but you can go ahead.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Anyway, yeah. That's all the news I have. But Kyo, it sounds like you might be interested to talk about something. Because it's time for Kyo's Crackdown. You hit the theme
Are you
stair.
cracking down on that guy?
Hit the theme stair. Kyo, what's got you cracking up?
Okay, so My vacuum cleaner's dust thing is completely full, and the filter needs changed as well.
Do you have a spare filter?
I mean, it just needs to be rinsed out, Stairmaster.
Oh. That's not really changed.
Yeah, couldn't you just rinse it out?
Well, I could, but why aren't you doing it?
Well, I don't live with you.
You won't let me live with you.
Well, yeah, because you didn't do any of the chores I told you to do.
Okay, well, some of the chores that you had on the list were a bit weird, I thought.
Yeah, what does
Oh,
mouth
yeah?
stuff mean?
Okay, well, you have an imagination, don't you?
Oh!
Also,
Yeah, I just meant, have a chat with me. Mouth stuff.
Also, what did clean the hooks mean?
I think he meant in
Okay.
the basement.
Yeah, you know those hooks, Swanson?
Yeah. Yeah, the weird bloody hooks you have hanging in the basement.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking... No. I don't know what you're talking about with that. I'm talking about those hooks that you hang them inside of, like, the closet. You know, the hooks.
Coat hangers!
Yeah.
Coat
Wait, what did
hangers.
you
They got dusty. You needed to clean the hooks.
Okay, but what about the bloody hooks in the basement? What do you do with those?
That's not blood, that's rust.
Yeah, they're just decorative, Swanson.
Stare, why are
don't
you
need to clean
defending
those.
him?
Because he's my friend.
He's just trying to get good with me so he can move back in.
Yeah, I loved our mouth stuff sessions.
Yeah, it was totally good stuff, but for some reason Swanson and you think that my chores are unnecessary and out of line somehow.
There's one that just says roof.
I think
Okay, well, you should be able to figure that one out.
You gotta check on the roof.
Why didn't you just do the roof, Swanson?
Do what on the roof?
Check it out.
Did you even go up there to see what I wanted?
No. Why would I?
Alright, Swanson, so the roof was covered in leaves. You have to get rid of those or they're going to rot the roof out. So you have to clean those off.
And worms.
You gotta check for leaks, you gotta check for cracks.
And worms.
And worms.
What? Worms are fine on a roof. They just die up there.
There was a homeless man up there for 3 months. You didn't take care of it, Swanson.
He was eating the worms.
Why didn't you call someone to take care of it?
I put it on the chore list, and you didn't do anything.
What am I supposed to do with a homeless man?
Just tell him get.
He wasn't listening.
Go on. Get. Well, have you considered hitting him with a stick?
He was up there trying to listen to the radio signals.
And also, Swanson, you didn't even do the grocery list one time.
The grocery list just said food.
No, it said meat. Bad memory.
It said
No
meat
good.
and also stare.
Yeah?
He's not going to let you live with him. Shut up.
Yeah. Listen, I think I still got an in here. Come on. Don't ruin this for me.
It said meat
Yeah,
in all
Swanson, you
capital letters with a hashtag next to it. What does that mean?
Hashtag meat. So that means go to the store and get some meat. Like, this isn't very complicated, Swanson.
Yeah, it was trending.
When I put that on the list, it had 100,000 tweets that day.
Also, I would like to point out once again, I do not live with you.
Yeah, maybe.
You gotta do the chores, Swanson. That's what friends do.
The chores for other people's houses? I have my own chores at my own house.
Why don't you
Come
make
on
a
over,
list?
Swanson.
Why don't you have Stare?
Yeah, why don't you
Stare? Why don't you do the chores?
Okay.
All right.
All right, move in with me, Stare.
Can I
And you
sleep?
can do the chores.
All right. See? I told you this would work, Swanson.
And you can sleep on the kitchen floor.
Great. What an upgrade.
Wait, where did you have me sleeping last time? I don't remember.
The roads.
Oh, yeah. Remember that time that car ran over your leg and you were all crying and like...
It
saying-
hurts.
You were saying, oh, they might have to amputate it. That was really something.
Yeah. Instead,
It was only an inch. It was almost an inch flat.
your leg.
Yeah, I'm glad you recovered completely from it.
I got the gold medal at the decathlon.
Anyway, this has been Kiorein's Crackdown. All right. Anyway, we have a trailer to discuss. So you know what that means, Kiorein. It's time for Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay. I feel like we might have too many theme songs. Anyway, Trailer Blazers is where we discuss the latest in trailers. And this week, we have a doozy. It's the trailer for The Immortal Iron Fist, Protector of Kunlun. Or, as it's called on the show, just Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trailer.
He's doing his thing.
Starring
White.
our hero, Jeremy Iron Fist.
Starring White Man.
White individual.
Starring White Guy, Whitey.
White guy who didn't ask for this.
I mean, did he? Yeah.
That's what he said.
He says one of the key lines in the trailer is him saying, "I didn't ask for this," about a power that he specifically entered a tournament to fight for.
I wonder if there's some kind of context surrounding that explains it.
He had to get it so his British brother wouldn't.
Or some man came up to him and said, "You have to get the Iron Fist or I'm going to kill you."
Oh, was it Dylan McDermott? You have to get the Iron Fist.
Can you imagine if
he just takes him hostage?
You're going to get the Iron Fist and you're going to kill the
president.
For those who don't know what we're talking about obscure 2015 CBS show Hostages, in which Dylan McDermott captures a family and tries to get them to murder the president. It's a great show. Everyone should watch it.
And by great, we mean one of the worst we've seen.
Everyone should watch it. Yeah.
It's almost as good as Stalker, also starring Dylan McDermott, which you should also watch.
Also from CBS.
CBS is really pumping out some gold, isn't it?
Yeah. Some McDermott gold. Anyway, yeah, imagine if he was the villain in this, is what I'm saying. Instead of...
Better show.
I guess the villain is his brother,
Where's
pal,
Guy?
his...
Oi, blimey, give me the glowy fist.
That's how he sounds, yep.
Gotta punch the world.
Yeah, they show a lot of him with the Iron Fist this time. He's fisting left and right. He's fisting this guy. He's fisting that guy. He's fisting this lady. This lady's getting fisted.
There's a lot of, very overt sexual stuff going on in this trailer, and it was pretty shocking to me.
Like the full frontal shot of him.
Yeah, where he's just
Yeah.
pumping.
Fully
He's just
erect.
pumping his fist.
Remember?
Yeah, his fist. Yeah,
His fully erect fist.
yeah. That's how they refer to it, right? Anyway, there's this bad guy who's called the Iron Serpent, and his fist glows red, so you know he's bad.
Do you think the action looked good?
It looked fine. Looked better than the first season.
Yeah, it seemed like there were a bit too many suggesting he still doesn't know how to martial arts good.
Yeah, I mean,
The actor.
probably.
I'm sure he's undergone intense training between seasons.
Under 10 times gravity.
Yeah. With Goku himself.
Dang, that's the training schedule. Yeah.
Imagine being trained by Goku. Would that even be enjoyable?
No. Hey.
I mean, Gohan didn't seem too upset.
Yeah, he's also Goku's son, so... Imagine being like a random person and being trained by Goku.
You like Oob?
Sure, if you can consider Oob a random person.
Every man. Ooh.
I mean, how is Oob not a random person?
I'm Oobry Woman.
His name is Oob.
It's all
Statistically
in
speaking,
me.
most people on Earth live like Oob.
What does that mean?
I mean,
We've
they
all
live in
been
third-world
transformed
countries.
from pink goo?
Yes.
Hey, that's actually pretty true, Swanson.
Anyway,
I mean, we all come from the stars.
anyone got some bold predictions for this show? This season of the show?
Oh,
I think Iron Fist is gonna punch somebody.
Misty Knight's going to be a team up.
She's gonna kiss him?
Yeah.
I mean, he has a girlfriend.
But aren't they a couple in the comics?
Yeah, so?
So it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Also, I want everyone listening to know that while we were listening to or watching the trailer for this, Stairmaster called Misty Knight Moon Dust.
I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah.
I got confused by Moon Knight's existence.
He said it's moon dust.
It's moon dust!
Dramatically, as if like she had as if he was narrating the show for us.
Like I was a Netflix audio description guy.
Yeah.
Moon Dust appears on the scene.
So if anyone's
gun.
looking for superhero names for Misty Knight, Moondust is right there.
Please don't do that, Marvel. You can't condone it.
I think Iron Fist.
Calling her Moon Dust.
I think Iron Fist is going to make a mistake that almost cost him, but then he bounces back.
I think he's going to accidentally call Misty Moon Dust.
Oh, that's a bold
It's
prediction.
going to be really awkward.
I think the Serpent guy's going to make a really good point that Iron Fist can't refute, but then he just punches him.
I mean, when we think about it, I really am the Iron Fist of this group. I'm the white fail son who doesn't deserve anything he has.
Who's
and really drags down the rest of you just by his mere presence, you know?
Who's Luke Cage and who's Daredevil?
You're Luke Cage and Kio's Daredevil, obviously.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to be racially insensitive here and make me the black guy.
No, Kio's Blade.
Oh yeah, Blade, everyone's favorite Netflix Marvel character.
Well, he is everyone's favorite.
I thought Keo was like the Punisher or something because
I'm the Punisher
because he's unhinged.
They should make one of those "What if Blade was the Punisher" comics.
What would that be?
It would just be Blade killing regular people.
I don't think Blade has a problem with killing regular people either.
I know, but it would be focused more.
He would exclusively be killing regular people and not caring about vampires at all.
Well,
Shouldn't that one just be what if the Punisher was black and played by Wesley Snipes?
No. He still does kung fu and has his swords and can do sick flips.
But now he has a skull on his shirt, so you know he's badass.
Even more badass.
Yeah, because Blade's pretty cool.
Hire me, Marvel.
Anyway, we watched a show this week, and it was a doozy. This week we're discussing the new Netflix series, Insatiable.
Insatiably bad.
Oh, dang.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I guess it makes sense. It's bad because they're...
Something somebody in this show would ham-fistedly say, probably.
Via narration, yeah. Anyway, this show, at its basis, is about Patty, a teenager who is overweight and bullied as a teen. She goes on a diet due to some reasons that we'll get into in a sec, and becomes skinny. And if that sounds like a bad idea for a show, you're right. We watched this. Yep. Mercifully, we only watched one episode, and that was enough, I think.
If Swanson had suggested a second one, we would have killed him.
Yeah, rightfully so.
We're still thinking about it.
So yeah,
I actually have a man on standby to kill him at a moment's notice.
We know we're in for a good show because they say the title twice within 3 minutes.
Yeah, we have two viewpoint characters. We have Patty, and we have Bob Armstrong.
Yeah, Barb Armstrong.
40-year-old warrior man.
Bob
also
Armstrong
coaches for beauty pageants.
He's
for high school-aged females.
Yeah, because that's normal. Yeah, he's a.
Yeah, we thought he was gay for a second, or at least I did. And oh no, he's too hetero.
Yeah, he's a lawyer and also does beauty pageants on the side. He's also not the only Bob in town, which I guess causes a complex, a Bobplex, if you will.
A Robplex.
I guess that's better. That's the
show.
If that seems like a cheap
Netflix presents Robplex.
If that seems like a cheap joke, don't worry. That's more than anything that happens in this show.
This show does a really, really good job of making sure to spell every single thing out, including what's happening, what the characters are thinking, what the characters are feeling, and what the characters are like through dialogue or exposition through the narrator.
There's never a moment where you're wondering, where you're saying, I wonder what this character's going to do, because they have told you what they're going to do right before they do it.
Or maybe you're wondering what that character's thinking or what that character wants or anything like that. But no, if there's a want or a feeling, they explain it to you or to another character on screen.
Except, one thing the show doesn't explain is how these two viewpoint characters relate to each other. It felt like we were watching two separate shows for like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, which is pretty alarming when you're setting up everything for the show. But also, it's just constant narration. Just nothing but narrations going on in this show, almost consistently. And it's just between these two, but then, like, at random, they'll throw in a third person who's also narrating. Like, I don't need to hear this many people not talking to each other.
Anyways, can we talk about Bob's inciting incident at the beauty pageant?
Yeah, I know you're dying to talk about this great moment in cinema history.
Okay, so the girl he's coaching gets this easy political question. What's your thoughts about ISIS?
Yeah, what a normal question to ask at a beauty pageant.
Yeah, especially 2018.
What are your thoughts on ISIS? I'm hardline for them.
I love Italian ISIS and other kinds.
That's her joke. That's a joke that she says.
Yeah. And her mother is not pleased when she loses the pageant.
No, and rushes on stage and
demands a rematch and accuses our lawyer friend here of touching her hoo-ha.
And that's just instantly believed by everybody. No one questions it or anything, despite everything that happened on this and her saying it on stage in front of everybody and not like
the show does not want us to believe victims.
Yeah, it's great. What a great way to start your show.
Do you think this show is trying to make a political message through this, or do you think they're just inept?
I know the answer,
No,
and we'll get to it in a second.
I have a theory, but
I'm saving it for the end. I know the answer because I have I've read an interview with the creator.
At the same time this is happening, Patty's in gym class, and apparently she hasn't eaten since Tuesday? Is that what she said?
Yeah,
something like that.
And she passes out.
She's a big girl who gets bullied for being big, and that causes her to have an eating disorder, but also that doesn't really come to much for reasons that we'll get into. Yeah, she passes out.
She passes out.
Nothing really happens.
Well, this leads to her going to the convenience store where she gets punched out by a homeless man who tried to steal her chocolate bar.
And who also called her fat, which is like the reason that she punched him.
Anyways, this results in her being in the hospital for several months.
She has a broken jaw.
And there's a court case going on, which is where our lawyer friend comes back in.
Yeah. Anyway, you forgot the most important thing for me, which is she had a broken jaw and got skinny because she couldn't eat solid foods.
Yeah, it's not like she would be compensating with ice cream or anything, like anybody with a pathological food thing.
Yeah, because when you're on a liquid diet, that means you just drink water and don't eat. Like, how do you lose all that weight?
That'd be like
in 3 months just from being on a liquid diet where you can eat whatever you want.
I don't think you can actually lose that much weight safely in 3 months.
No, I don't think you can, and also I don't think you could even if you were on a liquid diet because you're your disorder, like all of the things that you were were making you want to eat before are like magnified.
Yeah, according to CDC, the safest amount of weight you can lose in a month is like 4 pounds.
Yeah, she loses a lot more than that, and she. Before we get to this, the fat suit was terrible and also unconvincing. Right? It just looked bad.
Yeah.
They couldn't have just had a fat person play it. Like they couldn't have just had someone who wasn't like.
Or someone who was formerly fat.
Not just someone, I don't know. Or, hey, what's the best idea? Don't do the show.
Yeah, just have a fat protagonist if you want to make this show.
Fat protagonist.
I mean, the show tries to act like it's all body positive, but they can't actually just have an overweight protagonist.
Yeah, like, you know what's the best way to do a body positive show? By having somebody who's actually overweight be the main character and not have them have to go through a story where they become prettier by losing weight.
And give him a sword!
Also, she lost all of the weight in the right places. Like, it wasn't like her body is immediately, like, toned.
Yeah, she wouldn't have, like, a really skinny face because she's not using her jaw muscles.
Yeah, like, everything, she lost all of the weight in exactly the right areas to be smoking hot.
Yeah, and there would be, like, a ton of flab because, you know, your skin isn't going to shrink. You need to replace that with muscle if you want to compensate.
Yeah, that's how bodies work usually. But no, she was on a liquid diet, and that's fine. That just made everything, you know, shrink.
Anyways,
it was like a liquid diet, liquid exercise, liquid surgery.
Apparently, the creator
her with push-ups.
Yeah, apparently the writers on this show think a liquid diet is just like if you threw someone in a dryer, and they were like a wool cloth. They just shrink up real fast.
They just get a syringe of orange juice and stab her in the neck with it.
Anyway, she loses a bunch of weight. And we get a scene where the attorney sees her.
Oh yeah, she's in legal problems now.
The attorney Bob Armstrong sees her, and it's a full on like she turns around.
Whoa!
And yeah, she turns around and like music's playing, and it's like voom.
His eyes shoot out of his sockets.
Yeah, his dick shoots out of his pants, and we hear a zip.
Ooga, ooga.
We actually do get a really loud zip sound effect at one point right before he has sex with his wife in one scene.
Also, at a certain point, like, so somebody, like, winks or smiles and there's, like, a sparkle sound and actual sparkle appears. Like, are we supposed
There's also an inane
that?
subplot with the lady who framed... can't believe I'm saying this about a television show in 2018. Yeah, framed him for sexual assaults, and she hires a private eye because she thinks that he's doing it for real, even though she knows she framed him.
I think she's just trying, like, to cover her ass. Maybe.
I don't know. It's
maybe she actually suspected him of doing it and just straight up said it.
Yeah, we don't get any clear indication into her psyche because she doesn't have narration.
Yeah, they should have narrated it like, man, he didn't actually do it, but he probably does do it.
No thanks.
So I'm going to send a PI after him.
No thanks. I don't want to spend any more time with that horrible character.
Anyways, Bob is Patty's defense lawyer for punching out the homeless. And we get a nice scene where he has to convince her mother to let him represent her.
I wasn't done talking about my thing.
Sorry.
What I was saying is that there's a scene where the detective takes photos of this guy.
Yeah. And
then just there's so much to talk about this one scene because there's so many things that annoyed me about it. But Keo, I know that there was one particular thing that annoyed you about this scene.
They just had this overlay of the text messages being sent.
Okay,
like, you could just have her look at her phone and see the picture, and you'd be like, "Hey, she got sent the picture."
But also, he just texts her the picture. That's it. That's all you do as like a private eye. Is just you take a photo on your phone and then you just send it. And like, yeah, got proof now.
You take one picture, send it, and then you get a reply.
Just take it.
Wow, amazing.
And then send "we good."
And also, it was just like, okay, so he's like got his camera looking at them, and they happen to be standing in the window as he like touches her face.
Well, yeah, that's just how windows work, Kiorein. What are you talking about?
Who stands in a window and touches a girl's face while a guy?
You never stood in You never stood in a window and sensually touched someone's face while you're giving them affirmations.
No.
Oh man, you haven't lived.
I've touched someone's face and gave them affirmations, but not in front of a window.
I've touched someone's face while they were strangling me.
What was that like?
Well, they stopped strangling me, and then I was like, disgusting. And when we just kind of sat there for a while.
Oh, they didn't finish?
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty romantic.
Okay, where were we?
Yeah, this guy's doing something. I don't care about the plot of this at all.
Oh, see, he's convincing the mom. And he's really saying some bad things, like how he wants to reach out to all these young ladies. He wants to touch as many of them as he can.
Yeah.
He stammers a bit, but it seems like he actually meant it, judging by his actions later in the show.
I mean, you keep saying that, but he doesn't actually do anything in this show.
He goes to that other 15-year-old's house.
Yeah, and he's baffled that she's like trying to come on to him at all. They're playing it like he's completely like oblivious to everything.
No, I think this is like Jeffrey Epstein apologism. Like there's some Hollywood producer who thinks that the social justice ladies are good.
Okay. Once again, that's not really the case for this show, but
Death of the author, Swanson.
What do you think, Keo? Do you think
I think Sarah's completely right, and
Thank you.
This interview does not disprove anything.
I think they're gonna fuck. I mean, because most of this there's a big chunk of this episode that's about Patty crushing on the lawyer.
It's supposed to be like a wacky scenario where he has to navigate that, but despite not being interested.
yeah,
And
that's
the mom
what
doesn't
the
seem to
thing.
care.
That's what the deal is. No, the mom definitely notices, which is why she says that he wants her to stay away from him. That's one of the actual. That's one of the actual moments where the mom just doesn't say the thing that she is thinking out loud. Although she comes pretty close when she says, "Stay away from us and don't come near us."
Anyways, there's some plot about a gala. How do you pronounce it? Help.
Sure, all those are correct.
I think it's gala.
Anyway, there's a gala for prostate cancer, but they only call it ass cancer because that's fun. Yeah, they call it anal cancer, but they also call it ass cancer, and that's a fun joke.
It's really funny. Also, instead of a pink ribbon for breast cancer, they have a brown ribbon because it's an anus. Get it, guys?
What's that mean?
because poop.
Oh, poop, my favorite thing.
I'll send you a cool emoji.
You
Did that
see
help?
it, Swanson?
See?
Why is it so happy?
I don't.
It's finally free, Swanson.
But it's about to be flushed.
You're not wrong. Well, that means he gets to go to the ocean.
Yeah, I guess that's nice.
Anyways, there's a courtroom drama. Wait. We should finish the gala.
I mean, do we
Anyways,
need to?
Our Bob protagonist gives a speech about butt cancer, but Rape Lady keeps making farting noises.
Yeah, rape lady.
And he keeps going. He doesn't just, like, tell her to stop or anything.
Or call for security or anything.
Yeah, they just allow this lady. They just allow this lady to get to distract their gala, and no one says anything. No one says anything. They're at this gala for cancer, and this lady's making fart noises, and everyone's just like, "Huh, well, I don't know."
I guess this is happening.
And that's
The audience doesn't seem to react at all, really.
yeah, and we get constant.
And then other Bob.
Yeah, other Bob keeps showing up numerous times, twice shirtless. In succession.
Great abs.
And yeah, he shows up and makes other Bob mad.
Yeah, he shows up and they just have make small talk about his tan, also disrupting the speech. And regular Bob gets really upset about this, but for some reason he's portrayed as a bad guy for yelling at them.
Yeah, I mean,
It's very unprofessional.
I don't know. All this stuff is just superfluous to me. It just doesn't mean anything.
It's just kind of noise, really.
We gotta get to the homeless guy revenge plot, at the very least.
Well, yeah, we can get there. I'm just saying everything that happens in between doesn't matter because none of this, this.
You gotta believe in yourself, Swanson.
This show is. I believe in myself. I don't believe in this show and what it's presenting on the screen to me. that any of these subplots or these main plots matter to anything that's going to happen in the next 12 episodes of this show.
They're also not interesting at all because we've been given no reason to care about these characters at all, really.
Yeah, this character Patty goes through the ordeal of quote unquote because we don't feel like it's been an ordeal at all because she's fat for 10 minutes and then she's hot. This is the equivalent of if Daredevil went blind and put on his suit in the first 10 minutes of the first season of Daredevil. And was beaten.
Yeah, it's like an origin story that they just kind of breeze through.
Yeah.
Because, the extent of the bullying we see is one girl in gym class says, makes a joke about her, and then we see a guy turn her down really flippantly, and that's it.
Yeah, not even insultingly. And, I don't know. This show doesn't make me invest anything in any of these characters. There's nothing to care about any of this. So, going through the 9 elements of the plot is just why does it matter? Why does it?
I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool how she tried to have sex with that homeless guy who punched her out later in the episode.
Well, yeah, it's all part of her scheme for revenge. Because
which she spells out in front of people out loud.
Like everyone else does. When her friend spells out loud that she's not obsessed. Or, sorry, the mother of her friend says to her, "You've always been obsessed with her." Her friend is a lesbian. Or bisexual, I guess, but so far it seems to be lesbian. Anyway, so eventually she wins her court case because they go to court because this homeless guy is pressing charges, I guess.
But doesn't actually show up.
Well, this is the thing that doesn't make sense to me. First off, he's homeless, so why is he pressing charges? How can he press charges?
Why are the prosecutors taking his side over the white woman?
'Cause she's fat. That's literally it. They spell that out.
They do a nice little thing in the court after 30 to 40 minutes of fat shaming. They decide to get on their pedestal and talk about how fat shaming's wrong. That's cool, though. That's real nice.
That's really earned.
Yeah, it feels real nice and earned when she gives a big speech about how you can't just treat us like second-class citizens after making a joke of everything about this.
You can't really portray her as a moral figure, especially when she's having sex with that homeless guy.
She doesn't have sex with the homeless guy.
She tried her best.
Her best was waiting till he fell asleep.
He fell asleep pretty quick, though.
That's true.
Unless that was just shoddy editing. It was supposed to.
No, that's just what homeless people. That's just how homeless people do.
Yeah, they do be like that.
Homeless people be sleeping.
Property owners walk like this.
It's just 1 second they're like, "Yeah, ready for sex," and then the next they're like, "Oh, I'm asleep."
Maybe he was just really excited to have a bed.
All the blood left his head and he passed out.
Hey. Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, so she decides the best way for her to get revenge is to just light this dude on fire. What? What? What's happening?
I should mention that she's set
off
not by being
when you're
punched.
fat.
She's not set off by him punching her in the face, but by the fact he went to rehab and appeared to be successful in recovering in his life.
Yeah.
And that made her feel really bitter.
Yeah. A bunch of other bullshit.
She's just like a sociopath, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, at the same time this is happening, Bob's at another 15-year-old's house.
His rival's daughter.
She's got drinks and music playing.
And he never picks up on this.
She begins to undress.
And he never picks up on this. Well, he does pick up when she undresses. Her boyfriend, who is his son.
Oh, yeah. And he has to climb out the window.
That's the other thing.
And then
there are so many problems with this show that it's hard to list, which is why, maybe we, there's just so much to talk about that's wrong with this show. First off, not everything needs to be connected together. It's fine. It makes the entire world seem like it takes place between two characters.
This is a really small town.
Like this seems like the
has
smallest
a population of 15.
Like this seems like the smallest town in the world. That all of these people are connected together. Like it's okay to have
locations.
It's okay to cast someone else to be a boyfriend.
There's a house, another house, a school, a courtroom, and a convenience store.
Yeah,
that's all this town has.
Why do they even have a courtroom in this town? 15 people. How many court cases could there possibly be?
Yeah, just kill people unilaterally when they commit crimes.
They probably pressured the homeless man to press charges so that they could have a use for the courthouse.
They really need to lock that fat lady up.
Yeah, she's a menace.
Well, she is.
They should have had a scene where the lawyer was like, "Wait, is that Patty? Whoa!" And everyone gets like real surprised. Also, she tampers with a witness
through seduction.
Yeah,
in a really obvious way.
She really obviously seduces somebody, and it's dumb and bad. And she does that thing that's apparently really sexy, where you suck on a lollipop. I don't get it.
And sort of like kiss and rub for a bit, but not too at a busy schedule.
I don't get it. What's wrong? What's the sucking on the lollipop? Is it supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't get it.
I mean, you can fit a lot in there, Swanson.
I don't know.
What would you put in there?
Yeah, what could you possibly put in a mouth?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Hamburger.
Oh.
I guess that would be pretty sexy if she was eating a big hamburger. Like, what chain had those commercials?
That's Hardee's. Where it was just like Paris Hilton and other celebrities just eating burgers on cars.
Here we call that Carl's Jr.
No, I'm thinking of the one with the lady on the couch eating a burger.
Oh, I'm sure that one exists too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's Carl Jr.'s and Hardee's. Got to represent our other halves of the United States.
Wait, I thought Hardee's was the shadow version of Arby's.
No, Hardee's and Carl Jr. are essentially the same restaurant. They just have different names below the Mason-Dixon line and above.
Different parts of America are aligned into factions. The Carl Jr. faction and the Hardee's faction.
They've been at war for
After
millennia.
The Second World War. So is Arby's just Arby's worldwide?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All is well.
You thought? Hold on. You thought Hardee's was Shadow Arby's?
Like,
you
thought they were evil?
No, I just thought that they were the same chain.
Let the Shadow Arby out.
Shadow Arby's is part of you.
Anyway, yeah. So this guy,
Bob is gonna shoot himself.
Yeah,
in the fucking head.
Bob has to. Yeah, and everyone's rooting for it.
He has a gun in his car.
Yeah, and he's ready to shoot himself. Also, he's bald because that's a gag, I guess.
Because being bald is sort of like being fat.
Yeah. He's thinking about shooting himself, and she's thinking about setting this dude on fire, and then she just randomly calls him, I guess.
About the beauty pageant thing.
Yeah, and he's like, "Wow, you saved my life," and she's like, "No, you saved mine," or some bullshit. And that's the end of the first episode.
Oh yeah, there's like symbolism of this being a sign from God. She turned fire starters playing.
Yeah, fire starters on for some reason. What is this, like Halloween? Why is fire starter playing?
It's God.
What random hotel station immediately turns on to fire starter?
It was HBO.
And also, they're playing the climactic scene from Firestarter, so she turned it on just in time.
Yeah, because God wanted her to kill that homeless man.
Got a message from God.
Now that she hasn't, she's going to be blighted for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
What was that epiphany she had? I didn't understand that. They tried to spell it out, but it didn't make any sense, really.
No, I don't know.
She's got it.
Like, she went from, I'm going to murder this guy,
she was about to relapse into eating a candy bar, and that's when she turned and decided to kill.
She curbed her one habit for a new one. Her dark passenger has entered.
I mean, she was almost going to murder, then she had a different epiphany to call the guy.
Her fat passenger has become her dark passenger.
Shadow Patty is part of you. Let Shadow Patty out. Oh, she does do a bunch of elaborate art like that kid did. But it's just like...
What's elaborate? What elaborate art does she do?
She does all those I love you things for the lawyer.
Oh, yeah,
in her
yeah.
Notebook.
And her lesbian friend steals the notebook.
Yeah, she tries to cockblock. Well, I guess it's not cockblock.
Also, her friend, like, goes from being like, oh, that's weird, to being on board with him texting, saying, did you have sex yet? Send pics.
What was his dick like?
What was his dick like?
Probably gross. He's homeless.
Wow, Swanson, that's not nice.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe
That's
he
the
showered, I guess. Yeah.
That's the least woke thing any of us have said this week.
You're almost on the same tier as this show, which also made jokes at expense of the homeless guy.
I mean, we made jokes at the expense of a homeless guy earlier, so...
Anyways, I still think Bob is going to try and fuck Patty. Like, I think they're setting it up with how an eye is at beauty pageants and how his wife's kind of a nag.
How he keeps laying hands on her.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Anyway, so I was talking about it a bit, but the creator did not take... This show has been getting ravaged by bad reviews, as you might imagine. The creator did not take kindly to that, claiming that all of the reviews were a sort of form of censorship.
Censorship. Do go on.
It was a Russian bots.
She responded. So when the first trailer dropped, as you can imagine, it was bad. I think I showed it to you guys.
Yes, we watched it.
And there was a petition started for the show's cancellation right then, because it.
Why did you mention that?
Because quote unquote, and I mean I'm quoting it because it's the quote that's on here, but it's pretty agreeable, I think. It could potentially cause eating disorders and perpetrate the further objectification of women's bodies. But the creator insists that this was informed by her own experiences with bullying and disordered eating. And it's supposed to be a pitch black comedy that sends up our own beauty obsessed culture. So yeah,
how is it pitch black?
Because
where's the darkness?
Well, I mean, it is plenty dark. It's just not funny.
I mean, it doesn't seem like everything's hopeless.
That's not. I mean, yeah, I guess. It's just...
I mean, there's no real themes of death in our mortality.
Or loss, even.
Yeah, there's nothing dark about this, huh? It's also not a satire of anything, because it would have to be, it would have to reliably call back on something that we recognize. Other than...
And also, they definitely do glorify how she becomes attractive.
Yeah, which is... And it's in an unsustainable way, as we talked about. Like, you can't do that.
Also, a good black comedy would have had her set that homeless dude on fire.
Yeah, they don't go through with it.
Trailers show burning.
Yeah, a good black comedy would have had her just set someone on fire and then call him. As she's, like, leaving a burning building.
That was a real cop-out.
Yeah.
Why did they lie in the trailer?
No, they didn't really lie. They just, like, kind of said, oh, maybe this happens, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah, I even said that wasn't going to happen when we watched the trailer. I want to point out that
I didn't... This show definitely didn't have the guts to do that. To actually have the character be a murderer.
Well, maybe. I mean, Bob has a gun. And they're going to get together. Who knows what could happen?
Maybe. But at this point, I don't think so.
I can read more of her stuff if you want to hear more about it, but it's pretty much the same thing.
We're the real racists.
What'd you say, Kio?
Go ahead.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Go on.
In my own experience, growth comes from discomfort and pain. It's present in nature. Like a snake shedding its skin. It's literally tearing itself from its old self. to emerge in a different way that is not comfortable. If hearing these things are uncomfortable, I get it. They're sensitive. The wound is deep. But I don't think the solution is silencing myself or somebody else. I think the solution is saying the thing so that we can talk about it. Is representing the truth.
What does that even mean? So for one thing, so far this metamorphosis that we've seen involved
We're becoming a supervillain.
Yeah, this
it was
deep,
just like,
this deep metamorphosis that this character goes through in 10 minutes in the first episode.
Yeah, where she gets punched by a homeless guy and then just miraculously loses all the weight. And then also just becomes like a sociopath afterwards, I guess.
Why is there a homeless guy in this small-ass town? Why have the police killed him already?
It's not supposed to be a small-ass town.
Why couldn't they get establishing shots of a big town?
Why couldn't they not have everything be connected? Or, like, not make the show? Hey, could you imagine if we hadn't watched this show because it didn't exist?
I would have had a better day.
Yeah. Think of all the things we could have done.
Yeah, a different show.
I could have watched The Fugitive again.
I could have made a new kind of pot pie.
So yeah, ignoring the bad analogy about a snake shedding its skin.
How is criticism silencing this person?
Well, you see, it's silencing them by saying that you shouldn't watch their thing that's readily available to watch.
Good point, Swanson.
You're silencing her point of view by saying that you shouldn't watch it, even though you could, and nothing is stopping you from doing so.
What's her point of view?
The same as the...
Her point of view is that being bullied is bad, I guess.
And you need to kill your bullies?
No, she's satirizing that she's her original intention, which I stated above, is that this show was going to be a satire on our obsession with beauty. It doesn't do that.
Where this girl is gonna just like wreck the system that did this to her by becoming conventionally attractive.
Yeah, by becoming everything that is conventionally beautiful.
And fucking a 40-year-old lawyer.
No better way to destroy the system than by becoming the system.
Yeah, the only way an overweight person could ever achieve this lofty height of revenge is to lose weight and then seduce people. That's it.
Yeah, the only way someone who was bullied in high school could ever possibly get a sort of revenge on their high school bullies is to murder them.
Fuck this show.
Yeah,
peace.
This is a bad show. No more. Don't bother watching any of it.
No more.
No mas.
This isn't even a tune out. This is a don't even look at the Netflix ad for it.
Yeah, unsubscribe from Netflix.
Don't give them your money until they apologize.
This is a tune this out of like on my reality. Anyway, that about does it for this week in TV Tuners Land. If you want to talk to us on Twitter, you can find me. I'm at Jesse Swanson.
I'm at Stairmaster 2.
I'm at Real Kiorein. I've got 2 whole tweets.
Whoa, what power. You can also find the show on Twitter. We're at TV Tuners. And you can also talk about the show using the TV Tuners hashtag, and we'll give it a look, give it a glance.
Spam cuss words at you.
Sure.
Piss!
You can also email us if you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights. You want to yell at us about what we did wrong in this episode. Probably a lot. It's TV Tuners. TV Tuners Podcast at gmail.com. What's that email, Kio?
TiVo Toner at tvtoner.tv.tv.tv.tv.
Oh no! Oh no! He's broken. This show broke him.
Smack him on the head.
TV. Ah.
Oh, now he's not talking. Uh-oh.
Well, that's a good point in the podcast, huh?
Alright, well, we'll be back next week with more television goodness. Until then, keep watching.
Moon dust.
It's over.
I found him.
Yeah.